Hello, hello, superstars. How are you doing? It's Saturday here, and I'm on my routine with 8 minutes of hit laugh. That's my laugh routine every morning. Yoga nidra with humming, and now I have my laser routine that heals my body. It's amazing. I also do my 5 APG, but I do it a lot more throughout the day, and those stands for daily affirmations, prayer, and gratitude. And I love to manage each thought and truly control my mind so I have a happy life every day, no matter what. And that's pretty much one of the most important lessons I want to bring to you while you're here listening to a wild, raw, unprofessional stream of thoughts right from my mind, my consciousness. Because for me, it's so important to not be like the rest, to not be a machine, to really be connected to you who are with me. So I'm going to tell you a few updates here about my life and coaching and part of life. So let me put my phone on something because my hands get too tired. My life has given me a weak grip. So I just can't keep up typing. And that's part of the arthritis, and trust me, I'm not complaining. I think it's a great lesson in life, and it also limits me from overproducing and over communication, and which means it gives me more peace. I have to slow down. I can't keep up. My body won't let me. You might think that sounds bad, but trust me, with all the work I coach with people, I have come to the real conclusion of how much pressure and how much most people are living in the past self life, where your body was strong and young and you could do whatever you wanted, and that was, now in hindsight, paradise. And most people forget that when you were younger you had your other demons. With my VIP clients, I noticed the pattern of resisting life, resisting evolution, resisting accepting that it's not a failure or defeat or a sign of weakness, that you give up on your overzealous fitness ambitions. It shouldn't be that your whole life should be about gaining muscle is the only principle, the only thing you want to do. If you can't do it now, what are you going to do? I've been in that mindset myself many years ago for my hamstring surgeries, when I was so-called taking away my only passion. I felt it was unfair. I really thought, why, when I'm just training hard, why can't I just have this? I just want to be able to train heavy and hard, deadlift and squat, and then I won't want anything else. That was that time. And I'm very happy that I didn't get it my way. It would really be life reducing and limiting me to hold on to a past. The thing is, it's so subliminal. It's hard to even be aware, because in a collective mindset everyone has the same pull to keep on defying life and to keep on trying to be, have the strength of your young body. I can still do it all, and I'm better than ever, which is how you should feel, but you don't really. I feel that a lot of people are just justifying, holding on to dreams, and then disappointment comes because you're not real about what you are trying to achieve. So as a VIP coach, as in one-on-one coach, I have my consultations with my clients on calls, 30-minute long, and then there's a follow-up. In these conversations, I get into your heart and your mind, and I know and I see how much you lack in self-worth, in self-love, in self-care, in self-awareness, in self-insight, in self-distance. Well, the list goes on, but your self-relationship is kind of the least important priority. And in my life, it's the opposite. I'm my own best friend. I know for sure that I'm gonna be with myself until I die. So what do I want? The best enjoyable company or my worst demon? I've been both, so I know. And I just want to be happy and take care of myself and love myself and provide all I need in attention and appreciation and validation from myself. Since I get this from my inside, from my own mind, from the big mind or the universe, I feel 100% complete that way. It's like the best marriage to myself. There's nothing I'm waiting for in attention or to be told how, what I am, that I'm good enough, that I'm worth something. All that I provide for myself. So anything externally coming in as in appreciation is a bonus. It doesn't change the way I feel about myself. It doesn't make me change my mood and drop it to be sad. And the reason why I want you to know about my laugh hit therapy and why I do that with clients and why it's pretty mandatory in my life, well, it is, but it's by free will. I love it, so I'm doing it. It's like an addiction because I love to be addicted to be happy the way only I can make myself happy. The reason why I am pushing this and why I'm, spreading about it and keeping up the practice is the fact that most people don't even laugh for days or weeks. Many of my clients don't even know when you don't remember when did you really laugh. And it's not that you need to have something happening to you in order to be happy. Laughter is a result, like an orgasm of joy. And when you get into it, you feel how you just expand. And a few minutes into it with regular training every day, it's like a complete just shift, and every worry and every sorrow and every frustration fades away. So it's really a meditative state, and laugh therapy scientifically has proven how it really changes everything on the perception, your mind quality, and how you feel. So you wonder then, how come so few people do it? Why do people not want to be happy when they say they do? Well, one thing is you feel embarrassed, you're not aware that you can do it, nobody else is doing it, and people are monkey sees, monkey does. So who do you think has the guts and the balls to pretty much just laugh out like you're crazy and then do it regularly in front of people? I don't think that many, right? But I do, because I don't care about people's opinions about me. And you shouldn't either. So in my coaching life, a few things have come into my true knowledge. One is you want to be younger and you're defying life and you're holding on to wanting to train like you were 20, 30, 40. You want to train harder than your body allows. And then you get disappointed and sad that you have pains and aches. And then when you come to me, you want to kind of find a way that I have a secret, that I can make you have the body life of when you were 20. And I wonder, do you think I can do that if I don't accept what is and then do the best I can by choosing my mindset and just realizing that it's not a sad thing to be taken away of things you love to do and that you have complete freedom of. It's a lesson to be grateful, and it makes everything better. You're never gonna cry or complain about going to do cardio again. You're never gonna be kind of crying bitch about how you have to train, and if you don't do it, then you're not gonna get in shape. That kind of mentality is indicating a closed mindset, that you're not willing to love yourself unconditionally. And that's my big pet peeve. Trust me, I don't want anyone to keep on having a bad self-relationship where you feel it doesn't matter how you feel, because it's all about results. It's all about the look you have made into some kind of obsession. that you're so tied into what you want to see that you are losing everything else that is joy and happiness and bliss in life. So in my work as coach with people, it's really important you listen. That many clients come to me and kind of want to override life and want to find a way to keep going and think that I have some kind of secret sauce to give you. You know what that is? Drugs. Drugs that people take to compete because it overrides everything. And it's not good for you. It doesn't change your mindset. In the end, you end up feeling the same. You're going to keep on chasing that gold rush or the gold stash in the end of the rainbow. And you never find it. So chase your tail, right? In my work with clients, I also noticed this why, the reason why you need to train, even though you've been working out your whole life. You still need to check your form, because I know you're going to hate me for saying this, but I too have my arrogant style and I have worked through that. I don't train like an arrogant, ignorant, young person who knows that it's all about the overload. It doesn't matter because I'm going to recover. I will repeat injuries, but I will come back anyway. When you're young, you recover from everything fast, but it doesn't last. And in my life, all my injuries have been the best lessons. I learned so much about all my hiccups and my setbacks. Don't you think it's so important for me to know all the knowledge about thyroid, liver, heart, gout, arthritis, eczema, acne, and then all the life, the typical things we go through in life of injuries that take us to sit back and cannot do what we want to do. Been there, done that, being there, doing that, still happy. Because my life and my happiness, my state of being doesn't change depending on what happens to me and what is going on in the world or what someone thinks about me. Again. And that is a big reason why I want you to know that the form checks I'm doing that has been a part of my Facebook challenge format, it's such an important thing, and it's ridiculous how embarrassed most people feel about seeing yourself on camera, that you can't handle it. You don't want to be seen, you're hiding, and when you're hiding, what can you do? Self-sabotage. How come no bodies become in shape or get in shape and feel good because you're taking care of your body when you have the personality of, I want to hide on my terms. I'm coming in and I join you, Pauline, when I feel like now I'm motivated. Now I'm going to do this for me. I'm never going to quit. It's the same message over and over for weeks and years and decades, right? The same belief in yourself, but it's all based on your ego, not at all from your heart. So you kind of just want to believe in yourself. And anytime you don't show up, you become discouraged and feel defeated. You feel that, what is wrong with me? Why am I not just doing this that I know I want to be doing? You keep on trying to chase and hold on to your ideals in body looks and in personality, in character traits. And a lot of people, you have invested in kind of certifications, credentials, education, titles, everything that the outside world wants you to have so you are validated. But all that thing, those diplomas, those degrees, those PhDs, all those will not change how you feel about yourself deep inside. Because listen, if you take that all away and you go to somewhere and nobody knows what you're about, if you can't prove to anyone what you are, you just show up with yourself. How are you going to feel then? What are you going to hold on to? Who are you? What's your self-worth? How are you going to be confident? What are you going to bring and what are you going to give and offer people? And I know that's terrifying, right? Because you live by what you are on a resume. But I don't, because first of all, the first time I left Sweden, I was on a peak in TV star in Sweden. And I started fresh in America being a nobody again. And then now, I mean, I'm always a nobody because I don't follow the typical kind of elite style of, if you got a big following, you're gonna strut these things, you're gonna push this product, and then always look amazing and not want to be real, because it's more important to be someone's idol and an image than it is to be connecting and real and be like, here we talk, you and I, and it's real. There's no production studio. There is there's no censor. There's no me going back and editing, because honestly, if I do that, I wouldn't allow myself to be as free and raw and authentic as I am. I truly speak from my soul and my heart, because that is the only way I want to live and lead. It's the way that I set myself separate from the rest. And speaking of that, when my laser goes off here, and it's going to be D on all of them, it's from top to toe. It's like a commercial break, but I don't have commercial breaks here. Guess why? Because I hate that on podcast myself. I don't want to waste my life on listening on ads that I don't care for. So I want you to know that there's no money I make on this podcast. I pay for it. I pay for it so you have a free access to my mind, so I can be like your friend who talks to you without any ulterior motive. I'm not here to tell you some kind of little cute talk that you're going to feel, oh, I'm going to believe in this today. And that's how I feel about the challenge format. That you come in and want to play fitness life a little bit. And when it gets real, when real growth is happening, when you're ready to actually graduate a little bit and progress, get tougher so you can become stronger, guess what? Most people fall off, hide, go missing in action, ghost me, kind of pretend that I don't, that I'm suddenly a crazy person, because I show up for you. I keep on pulling you into what you want to do and have done, but now you kind of don't want to work on yourself. You want to forget that you had dreams and goals because it's not convenient. Your life happened, or you were disappointed, you didn't meet your own expectations. So there's this identity crisis. I know how it feels to feel that you are worthless and what is wrong with you, and you are ugly and you're not as attractive to other people, that you're never going to have what other people have. I know all that. That's what you, my clients, talk about to me. That you feel unworthy and you feel embarrassed to even believe in yourself, because what if you're not going to make it? And I'm wondering, what is this making it? What is that? Because if you are holding on to an image of what you are gonna see yourself fade in happiness and joy of life. It's not gonna be as fun to live on when you're gonna look at the young people, the young women who have the biological beauty, where you're supposed to reproduce and be attractive to the males in order to keep on having humanity. So if you live according to that your prime and your peak is the biological clock when you're young and can pop out babies, then you don't have any more purpose in life. You are done, you are expired after you don't put any babies out. And here I don't have any children on my own. I chose to not have any. I don't want any, not because I don't love children, but I have my life purpose and I live for myself. I don't live to have a replacement of myself. You all who listen to me and learn, who spread the message forward, are my children. So if you think about that, I have no worth at all. I'm complete failure. I'm not married by choice. I'm divorced too by choice. It was when I was young, I committed to it. And trust me, I had to work on myself to accept that I did it out of love for what I wanted to do in my life. I was so young, I didn't even know I had a choice. I just knew I wanted to go to America. And bringing my boyfriend to America, of course, I was gonna marry him because I would not get my green card myself based on my resume and then leave him in the past. I wouldn't. It was my loyalty. It wasn't that I wanted to be married. So of course that broke apart later in when my heart refused to comply and conform, and I just couldn't stay. And in the day of the wedding in Sweden, we flew back to Sweden to marry. I married first in Vegas, didn't buy a dress. It was like my Krav Maga tank top, because that was the value on my, it wasn't anything of value for me, that wedding. So we did that in Sweden for the family, and I broke out in cystic acne on the day of my marriage. And my mom asked, like, are you sure you want to do it? I was crying, and I didn't want to marry, but I said, I have to do this. In my mind, it was I was gonna be loyal, and it was in America and somehow find my way. So that's what happened when I didn't follow my heart. My body truly showed me that it was not the right way, and I didn't listen. So if I hadn't accepted that Pauline, you did this out of love, don't hold that, don't ruminate that, don't keep on hating yourself for going back against your heart, then I would be mad and bitter too. I wouldn't have accepted and just said, Pauline, that was okay, you did it for the right reason, let it go. A second offense I did, just so you know that I'm definitely not perfect the way you want to be perfect. I let another man whose dreams and goals and expectations in life was to be married. All he wanted was to be married, to be successful, and to bring someone home to his parents. I was never, ever, ever going to marry that man. He knew that. We had that contract. But since he was so about the surface and show up on social media like he was all there was, he wanted to have an engagement so he could have the story, and he could have that he's engaged. And weak me wanted to make him happy, and since he didn't deliver anything I wanted out of him in what I needed, I thought, well, if I give him what he wants and it's so important for him, then I should be able to get that in return. The way love works, right, in relationships. How it's supposed to be. I didn't get anything out of that, so I hated, so my voice is a little bad, I hated myself for that, and I, for a long time, was mad that I let the man let me commit to something that wasn't what I wanted, without even paying attention to any of my needs. Oh, I learned so much. I learned that I can't force someone to be what I want them to be. Because in that mindset, I was thinking, it's fair and square. We have a deal. Why don't you deliver what I want? I want this. I'm bringing this to you. I give you what you want. Why don't you do it for me? That was made then. So I broke that up and really learned my lesson that I'm not gonna commit to anyone else's heart again. It's on my terms. I am the one who keeps on going. Whoever I hang out with, whoever I entertain, whoever is in my current life, is not ever going to be on the same spot as for myself and for the person I'm with, or whoever that situation, partnership, free kind of, friendship. That's a good word, friendship. It would be the same for them, that you are not putting me first. It's your self-relationship first, your self-love, self-care, your self-life. And I know that you who listen to that think, oh man, that's so selfish. You don't care about other people. How can you have that? But you don't get the point. Everyone has to be in love with yourself to be of any value to anyone else. If you can't love yourself with all your flaws and crap to work on, and know that is to accept and to work on, to just want to be better, to just have peace of mind. It's not about trying to be better as in comparison with someone else. It's about feeling peace and joy at mind and tranquility, and know you don't have anything to prove. That you don't feel that you have to kind of show some kind of trophy, or I can still do it, look at me, I am good enough. Because you do that for yourself, so you don't need that from your partner. Can you imagine? When you don't need something, you can just love. That's what I'm about, and that's why I'm here talking to you in the way I know you get mad. I know I say things you don't want to hear. I tell you things that make you cry. Not because I'm mean, but it's hard to accept. It's hard to want to let go and kind of feel that I'm gonna be here for myself. I'm gonna be my best friend, and it's gonna take all I know. It's hard and it's scary. And what if I don't have it in me? But you do, because you have no deadline. You have your whole life to practice every day. So back to fitness then and form check, and why I do that with my clients, and why I am done with the challenge format, and why I refuse to be threatened, or a lot of clients kind of want to try to use a group mentality to kind of turn all my fight or flight warriors against me because I don't care about you, right? That's what people love to say when you are angry, that you don't have something you believe is all there is, and now I'm taking away. So since the community that I've been hosting on Facebook are not gonna continue, then you wonder why. Why do I do that? Why do I do form check, for instance, with my VIP and on Instagram? Because it doesn't matter how long you've been training, you truly need it. I've seen thousands of clips with people who are experts like myself who still need to know you are a professional athlete without a sport but a life to live, and you do not pick up on what are causing you to never keep on progressing, that you keep on injuring yourself because the same ingrained pattern on how you move and how you are accustomed to training, and you hold on to that because that's what you know, is limiting you and keep you from growing muscle in a way you've never done. So can you imagine when I see you on film, I'm thinking, wow, you should have come to me years ago, because this is just you thinking that you know how to do it. But then if you know it, why do you keep on injuring yourself? Why do you feel that you're not progressing? Now we're gonna have a pause because all my batteries are going off, and this is like the commercial break I don't have because I don't want to be paid off. I don't want you to spend time on listening to things that are just wasting life, because that's how I am. That's why I pay for this podcast and you don't. So now we're gonna have a pause. All right, round 3 of my laser from top to toe from my bi-weekly maintenance. So what I'm doing is 2 times a week on the weekends I have my full body laser routine, and that is maintaining. So I've changed from daily to that for my lower body, and my shoulders and my elbows, triceps, and my forearm is recurring every day right now because I have some I'm doubling up because it's such an amazing way to keep on healing. And also I have a little tear or something on my tricep, and forearm is a golfer elbow, and that takes forever. No, it's tennis actually. This time it's a tennis elbow, so that's even ugh. So that's what I do here on upkeep. Okay, back to form check and why it's important. You gotta see yourself for an athlete and see how athletes got coaches, that the toughest ones who are making millions or billions on, or I don't know, millions on their sport have coaches and strength and training, conditioning, because you are not a perfect doll who just does a machine move and that's it. And when it gets heavier loading, you're gonna see the body trying to escape the load and cheat because you are too smart. Your body knows how to get out of the work, which is the opposite to what you want to do. In bodybuilding, it's about making it inefficient for your body, not efficient like an athlete who wants to compete in a sport. So in powerlifting, for instance, it doesn't matter about the form, it's about how you lift the weight up. The heavier you load, the one who can lift the most wins, fair and square. In training fitness for life and bodybuilding, building the body and mind, you have to see the opposite. You're gonna make it as hard as possible, realizing that the body's blind. So train according to it. And trust me, I'm gonna tell you, and I know I'm gonna piss you off, but man, do you have a lot of muscle to gain if you just work a little closer with me. So that's then why I am done with challenge format, because this is what happens. The VIP clients who go there are dedicated, but they're not that many. The people who are training like me, who want to be dedicated for life, who love it, who thrive on the fitness lifestyle, are not that many in a group setting. Groups are famous for reducing the vibration. Groups are playing on human nature of always focus on the negative. Bullying, shaming, implying negative things, insidious things. People who are mad at themselves go and attack other clients. All this in a group mentality when I'm an independent individual who does not follow a group, that really makes me so mad, because I remember when they tried to bully me in school and I just wasn't able to be bullied because I was a loner. I didn't need company. I did my own thing. So I got a following instead. It started with people trying to bully me. Then guess who came? My little gang. Other children came after me. I took the lead. I was the entertainer. I hosted my snail races and entertained. I was on stage, having my little theater. That was me then, and that's now. And in the Facebook groups, I must say that the frustration being a coach is that when you come into a challenge, you want to work it and have me around. In your worldview, it's you just want a little appreciation and little pep talk. You just want a little simple program and have a support system. And I say, that is how you believe. That's your expectation. That's what you think is what you need. But what happens in a group when you're not really motivated to have support anymore? You kind of make it into, you have your life, you're going to solve your own issues on your own because that's what you hear is the way to do it. Go away from social media, focus on yourself, solve it, don't stress with people. So that's what you do. And what happens? You revert back to how you are around people who are not at all into fitness or healthy, happy eating or living. You revert back to your sabotaging, bullying friends with yourself, and then you all feel miserable together. That's where all the junk food and the drug addiction and the alcohol happens. And that's the way of life. And if you come from an obese background where everyone eats that and you were the thin one and you were overweight, what is going to be the motivation for you to be healthy? So if you think about those 600-pound people and they have 400-pound friends, those are fit people in their perspective. Does that mean the 400 people should just be that and be the fit people of obese people? Well, that's up to you, but that's what I have a problem with. To host a negative driven where we know the human mind will compare and kind of look at other people and then get mad and hold on to insecurities, hold on to your past triggers, your own experiences, keep on ruminating about it, always want to tell the story to everyone how everything was wrong with you, how everything happened to you, how you are a failure. All that stuff makes me have to escape this group setting. Because if you keep on looking at that message over and over, that's your brainwash in how to think. You become the collective mindset where that's how people feel. So if you think about the opposite, if you practice in a group setting where you go in and have positive posts, you talk about your positivity, how you want it to be, the way you work at the universal law, that you live the feeling, you're already visualizing the way we do visualizers, that you live out the movie in your mind. I've always done my whole life, that I already know what I'm doing. That becomes what I am more and more. It's bodybuilding in a nutshell, in mind. That to build a body that is going to be something you see manifest in years to come. Like I did when I started, I committed 3 whole years with no complaint, no cry about the hard work and patience. That's what to expect. Now, if you apply that to your mind and it's online, you're going to be called that you're fake, because it's going to be where is everyone just pretending that everything's happy-go-lucky and you only show up and you say, hey, everything's great, but I'm at an emergency. And today I broke 3 fingers and my nephew is dying. But hey, everything's great. It becomes, it doesn't work that way. Because then people see, like, how can you handle that? And people keep on asking about the sad stuff. People keep on asking what is wrong. If you're in a conversation, they're going to try to pick on what isn't up to perfection. What is bothering you today? And I'm the opposite. Because there will always be something, in a group especially. There will always be something that is not up to your liking. That's why you say you can't be happy. Because you are reactive. You don't understand that happiness is something you make and you create and you live. It's nothing you have to wait for and can only happen if it's given to you from the outside. But imagine if you never know that. You're just gonna wait, yeah, I feel so blue. I'm in diet depression. Oh, I don't know. Everything is good with my training, but I just don't feel that good. I don't know. And then you try to sit out the sadness. Been there, done that. Because I was disciplined enough and I know that my motivation would come back. But for most people it doesn't, unless you first sabotage. And what do you do that the best way in fitness? Junk food, crap food, and alcohol. And stopping training. And if you get injured, you gotta get an identity crisis. You don't know how to handle that. Because if you've never been injured, you're gonna keep on training because that's the way you feel. You manage yourself, right? You don't manage your nutrition. You can't intuitively eating or moderate when you don't have your training. And that's just a train wreck. That's just an accident. That's just you functionally behaving right now until you flip again. And if you don't believe me, how do you usually behave? What have you been doing for the most of your life? The same of like defeat to refeed, but it's like good behavior until not something happens. You're not motivated or life happens and you don't know how to handle it. You sabotage. You come off your path. Imagine if you did that in your career or your children, your family, that every time there's a little hiccup, you freak out, you leave. What would you have then? So since we're not 20 or 30 anymore, life starts to become more real, that to kind of gamble, to always have your body for a guarantee, and you're not gonna deal with your self-awareness, your self-mastery about nutrition, how to eat without tracking everything. And remember now, tracking everything is not at all a guarantee that you are consuming what you're tracking, right? That's just until you get overwhelmed again. And then you flip and you eat whatever. It's the same pattern over and over. You're trying to be so perfect, trying to follow what everyone is doing, and you're following experts who keep on coaching you to rely on that because it's a math system. It's the intellectual ego's excellent, perfect candy. The mind, the ego loves everything that seems to be perfect and bulletproof, and there's no way around it. The mind hates freedom from all that tracking and moderating and controlling and policing until you get your fitness rebellion, when you get action paralysis, when you can't make yourself do what you have trained yourself to do. Does it sound familiar? That's where all my clients end up, and the ones who are VIP are open and talk to me like this so that you know I get it. It's nothing I'm shaming you for. I'm just putting it out here so you can come and listen if you dare. Because I can't tell this in a group setting, because then I'm the bad person. Because I should just say, you are perfect. You're always going to have a new day to start over. Don't worry. Eat your cupcake today. Start over tomorrow. It's not a big deal. You're human. Yeah, but you can be more if you want to, because I'm the universe, right? So why are you just a human body when you can be everything and live in one form and another, be the whole universe for infinity, for eternity of time, which time we have made up anyway. But when it comes to fitness and fitness life, time is limited. Time is not forever. It's an hourglass and it runs out. And the faster you get to the realization that you want to enjoy life and slow down and enjoy instead of waiting for that day when your diet is over, when you're going to have your cheat day, or you think you're going to be able to moderate but you never do. So from the day you're going to have your celebration, your victory, success, you'd lose it to yourself and you kind of reversed back and regain fat, lose muscle, and hate yourself again. So in a group setting then that I've been hosting, I don't want to be part of that because I'm wasting my time on people who don't want to love yourself or care about yourself because you're in and out. You're like flaky daters for me. You're flakes, as in you're not showing up for yourself. And then how am I going to be able to help you when you keep on escaping the real work? It's like you want to have strong glutes, but the day it's time to train for it, you'd never show up. Of course you're going to have a flat pancake butt then. And another thing is to realizing that you gotta love your body. You gotta stop being so obnoxious about having a perfect looking body. So you are AI your body or editing your body to feel better. It's ridiculous. Imagine they have all those those apps that show where you have modified it, where you have edited it, so it's a complete just lie, and you're living with this fake person face and emoji and AI body and AI face. So what will that do for you? You will feel worse and worse. How are you ever gonna feel good about other people around you when you are living a fake life? You're gonna hate that. So if I think about it, I'm a lone wolf. I could kind of live in the middle of nowhere and just kind of make money off being some kind of perfect image and hold on to that and do what everyone else is doing in my business, and then make you believe it, and you're always gonna feel inferior, that you're never ever gonna be beyond me or better than me or good enough because you never have it, right? What a lie. I would hate that. So why don't I? Doesn't that say a lot about me? So in group setting, when you come in, you feel that you want to have appreciation, and that's when I just get exhausted, because all these posts where you want attention, you think it shouldn't be a big deal on me, the coach, to give you a like on your post, to give you a little good job on everything. Imagine that like you need to be motivated every day, and there's thousands of people. If it takes me 6 seconds to give you one person all the appreciation, validation you need, that you could give yourself by being taught by me how to love yourself. You're waiting for me to have that because it makes your day. I'm flattered, but it's not sustainable, because when I die, then you're here, and then what are you going to get there? Then who? What? When that's taken away, you get your crisis and you break down. So think about that now. Let's do some math. If it takes 6 seconds for me to give you your attention you need, so you get your dopamine rush of me liking you on social media, your post, nothing changes, but you're going to get a little cocaine rush that day. And if I don't show up the next day with the same like, you're going to feel what is wrong. You're not going to feel motivated. You're going to try to kind of impress and make a new post in order to get attention, because you're living on your dopamine high of the like, of the validations that you've seen and recognized. That's what you want. You want an audience, and you want me, your coach, to keep on giving you what you think is what makes you happy. The dopamine rush of being seen and said, good job, or you look amazing. The cocaine rush. So 6 seconds for one person, and there are 1,000 people then. That's 6,000 seconds. Oh, in 1 minute, that's 60 seconds. 10 minutes is 600. 100 minutes, oh, I lost track. But you see, I wouldn't be able to pick up. That's only 6 seconds. I have to read the post. So let's say I spend 2 minutes on a post. 2 minutes times 1,000 people who are in a community. That's 2,000 minutes. In a day, there's 3,000. No, how many minutes? Oh, I always end up in this. 60 minutes in a work day. If I do only likes, and a whole 8 hours, I'm going to be able to do. I can't even keep track. As you can see, you forget I'm one person. You forget I can't even do this what you think is what you need. And all you are thirsting for is that. It's more important for you to get a like that you can show everyone else that I have liked your post than it is for you to have a real authentic conversation with me as a VIP client. Which indicates that either I'm just a robot for you and you don't care if I die here because you're just going to find someone else who likes your post, or you are unaware what it takes from me. And that's why you don't see the worth of signing up for where I am offering my one-on-one, or offering my Instagram, where you can follow my daily coaching on Instagram for $20 a month, which I know I have a problem with this one right now. That's a whole other story. It's limiting, and there's censorship on Instagram, and Instagram is blocking my clients from signing up. So if you can get in, good job. You're like a pirate. I love that. But I'm going to find my way there. It's the way I can be here for you and have an income so I can keep on feeding you this. This is the free podcast, and I know you love it, but it doesn't help me stay in business at all. It's just my way of life, my stream of consciousness, my mind, all my thoughts, my life experiences, my raw, unedited, non-bought, non-sponsored content that you can't get. So if I put a paywall on it, what would happen then? So when you support me with my Fight or Diet recipe app, which I'm building up, and I'm taking full ownership for myself, that I'm gonna have the complete brand. There's no Pavel who is gonna be half of the show, who has to say about how I'm marketing. I'm doing that to have my Fight or Diet my way and building that up. So I'm starting from scratch again. When you support that, you are my hero. When you support my Uscreen, which I start filming again today for my home workout, my home stretching, my home meditation, 10-minute sessions to seize the training day. I'm doing that because I know that in your ideal life you have hours to train every day and you're always going to be motivated, you know what to do, but it's flawed, it's fake, it's not true. You keep on missing even doing a 10-minute session with me, right? Because you have action paralysis, you don't know what to do, you need leadership. You might be a CEO with a big company, you still don't know what to do if you have more than one choice. If I give you 2 choices of workout, you get stranded on action paralysis. If I tell you one thing, oh, you get happy that you have a leader. Imagine you have no leadership of yourself in your life. What are you going to do then? When you lose your job or you're retired, what happens then? What is going to give you life purpose if you don't have your body to work, and if you don't have a thing that gives you self-worth, if you don't have your own passion that you have without people's approval, what are you going to have then to offer? How are you going to feel about yourself? What are you for yourself then, if you are not here just for other people? So my Uscreen, I'm so proud of, because I am definitely giving the world what you need. It doesn't matter how much you want to fight me on it, defend your so-called fitness honor, that you're always young and perfect. I just know the opposite, and I just use myself. There's no way I can keep up with what I used to do, and the funny thing, I don't want to. I don't want to do all the work volume and all that. I want to train on my terms as much as I want. I don't want to have a workout journal. I don't want to have a food journal. I don't want to track anything, so I don't. I have stopped tracking everything. And I'm also now on OMAD, but I have a protein shake in the morning for everything. And that doesn't fill me up. It just gets a good bowel movement, gives me protein to my day of muscles. And then it's so funny. I can't even finish my own pobo at night, and I'm laughing of joy because I don't have to track anything. I keep my eye on my protein content, because if I don't pick properly, I'm gonna have too little protein. That's the only thing, and it's so easy. I have made Fight or Diet so easy for myself. You bet I want to promote that. So the discipline then in the fasting has nothing to do that the fasting itself is the fat burning routine. It's what happens 24/7. And another thing is the cortisol fear. You're so terrified about the myth you're holding on to, about how you're going to break down if you train X amount of time beyond 60 minutes, how cardio is cortisol catabolic, and all that is just crap you're holding on to. When I ask your clients, like, what are you doing fasted training for? You just do it because you've always done, and in case, yeah. And then everyone holds on to some kind of justification of, well, I don't have time, well, I don't feel good in the morning on eating, or whatever. Whatever story, it's up to you. But most people just keep on failing anyway, at night. So how come fasting is then the whole thing? Well, if you fast, you're not going to eat, and that is, of course, going to help you lean out. If you don't make the whole day feasting, grazing, you're gonna just have more joy with your food. So I love to have the discipline training in fasting, because that requires your mindset to be strong. That's why I want you to try 2MAD or OMAD. So my OMAD, because I don't count the protein shake in the morning, is really awesome, because I don't even have to track anything anymore. Nothing. I tracked a little bit, not now. So I just keep an eye on the protein. I'm advanced. You can do this without a professional help with me, but you can practice. So now know that the little thing to be in knowledge of is what happens when you get hungry, when you haven't been fed. You don't think straight. That's what the stoic practice of master your mind until it's time for dinner. But oh boy, is it fun. And I love all my plans I'm making in my Fighter Recipe app now, because I have learned so much about my own life this way now that I took it really for a true project. And I made my move to Sweden with a trip around the air, the flying of 38 hours, so until it was eating time, as the kind of start, the kickoff on my OMAD life. And no gas at all during the day to bother with myself, because that just doesn't happen. Flat belly all day long, amazing, can work without problem. No digestion on my breakfast, which I loved in the morning, but it takes like 4 or 5 hours before I'm ready to train. So this speeds me up, and I accidentally lost 2 pounds. I got leaner, which wasn't at all my intention, because I want to gain muscle. But hey, that's what happened. So yeah, it's amazing. So that's one thing that I'm definitely coaching my clients who are still stuck on this conventional dogma of the past, myths in fitness. It's funny how so many believe in fasted cardio and then just stay fat anyway. And you forget that it doesn't matter how long you fast if 24/7 the total sum is exceeding what you need to get leaner, a deficit. And it doesn't matter you want to feel that you are doing, I'm always so good. You say, I've been on point for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's not enough to really pack into fat cells to get into them and start tapping into it. Because every little mishap in that time frame, even 2 weeks is like very short time to be daily 100%. Yes, that's what it takes. Not in macros, but in behavior, the total sum of your energy intake versus what you do every day. You gotta realize and accept that you gotta change your system and keep on using the same strategy that leads you to the goal. If you keep on breaking your own system because you give up or you quit and you get frustrated, a snack happens, you are just never getting anything out of it. But then the mind kind of wants to kind of protect your ego, so you kind of pretend or deny or are unaware that you are sabotaging here and there, that in your worldview you have a great record. It's not a big deal that you have a mishap there and there, but it is, because your body is fine-tuned. It picks up everything. And when you keep on coaching it to, well, half the time in your life you're trying to starve it to death, and other time you just hope to feast. You teach your body to preserve energy and hold on to whatever comes in, because it's terrified about dying, and your body loves you and it tries to help you out, but you are the idiot who keeps on forgetting that you gotta slow down and realize that you gotta be present and start rebut and ask, what am I getting this out of? What am I gonna get with this sneaking this cheat meal or this bad food for myself? Why do I keep on like hating my body by treating it like a trash can with whatever my mind wants? I'm gonna give it because that's how I've been trained. It's fine because everyone else is doing it. Yeah, and how is everyone else feeling? How are the bodies feeling? Do you feel happy people who have junk food addiction? I don't think so. Because it really truly shows that you don't care about yourself or your worth, and that's how you reflect your perception of other people. And that's why a lot of people say you hate people and you think I'm the same way, and I'm not. I love you because I love myself. I have to love you or I can't love myself. I can't live with that pressure on myself by having that on you. You just forgot that because you never heard it. So all these things and the validation that isn't what helps you anyway is why I'm just tired. I don't want to spend time with people who don't want to be real, who don't want to work on your self-relationship. I'm over it. So that's why I love my one-on-one on VIP coaching, and why I love my platform I'm building on Instagram. Because what I can build that stays becomes expanding. It teaches you lesson by lesson with me, and I lead you where you can show up individually, but you're not in a group, because I don't want to have a toxic environment. There's always going to be power trippers, people who don't care about other people, who are flocks into that, and I use it as an outlet. It's just humanity and the way the world is set up, and I don't want to be part of it. I want to be happy. I want to be happy around people who want to be happy, who want to love the body. And yesterday, I had a coach call with a client, We do this 30-minute VIP coach call. So I call you up, and I'm not automated. I connect with you after you pay and set up the time. So it's really about me and you together, not a manager, not a calendar, not an automatic find your spot, because I have to screen you. I have to know, do I want to spend my lifetime with you for 30 minutes? And then you have follow up on a messenger. So if there's, I reassure you understand that you were happy, if there's something else I can do, because satisfaction is my reputation. And I want you to be my only promotion. Real people, my clients who take the time to endorse what I do because you support what I do, is the way. I don't want to spend time on marketing or sit and make all these kind of campaigns. I'm so tired. It eats up all the time for what I want to do. Work for your happiness and your well-being. In food, because for me it's happiness every day because I get to eat. It's my favorite thing. I would give up training if I had to pick two things, because I love to eat healthy and stuff myself like a pig and love it. And it's so good to show the children here that how you can eat in a world where everyone thinks you can't eat and be healthy and enjoy it. So that's what I want you to know. Now all these batteries are going to go off, so I'm going to finish up. So on my VIP coach calls, I pick up on all these things you need to work on that you're not aware of, because you connect with me. You don't want to escape yourself. You show up and you trust me. That's real purpose in my life, to be there for one-on-one, and I screen who do I want in my life. So I know you have been accustomed to have this group mentality, but I'm over it. The day FD8 is done, I am not on Facebook anymore. I'm gonna take the big leap of faith, and it's terrifying because I have no guarantees at all. I have no backup. I have credit card debts like everyone else. I have bills to pay. My presence here for you, that takes money. Wi-Fi, money, all that, I know. But I'm still following my heart because I believe in my passion. I know there's value, and I know you need someone who is not conforming and becoming just like everyone else, who in the end don't care, because first is priority on myself. I can't live like that. I can't work. I have to work through my heart, and that's why you pretty much have a few options here. One is my Uscreen workouts is a subscription. That's what I'm keeping on building. My Fight the Right Recipe app is going to be my way, and I keep on doing healthy eating recipes. I'm going to find the right kind of chefs who love to take photos, who want to work with my art directing, because I love art directing recipes and create, but I don't want to cook. And here is what I do that with my nephews. He's great at cooking, so we've been doing the coconut chicken wings and all that. And then my Instagram is a subscription, and that is where it's a little hiccup. I'm gonna find a way to find help, but that's another story for another day. I don't want to spend any more time on that, but it's pretty much just there's a block from Instagram to have me pay up more for some kind of extra value. And even though I try to do that, it's complete no support, and it eats up my days. So I have just given up on that now. And then we have my VIP, which is my 30 minutes sessions where I call you up. And that's where you go to Venmo, to Seize the Training Day is my account. You see, it's my business. It's under Pauline Nordin. And then you can go for PayPal, which is the account with my fighterdiet@gmail.com. Those two are my approved real account. Then you pay up for $150, and then I connect with you on Messenger, and we arrange the call, we talk. A consultation is what it is. And from there, we then go from next step. It's really about seizing the day, be present, and focus on what can I help you with right now. I'm not gonna waste your time on your life to talk about your story again. I know it already. It's really about, okay, where are you right now? Let's focus on seize the day now. What can we do to progress and go and be happier from this? That's how you prevent action paralysis. That's how you seize the day. That's how you grow your self-relationship and love life, love your diet, and love yourself. That's what I'm about. So now you know. Thank you so much for listening, and all my love to you.